Hey, what's going on, y'all? Knowledge here. This is a recap on Game 7, Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat. My team lost. Everybody know I'm a Celtics fan. I don't know what happened. I mean, they was kicking their ass the first half, and then after that, the third quarter, I noticed they started, turning balls over a little. They still was playing good, but they was turning balls over. Shots were being missed. And then when that fourth quarter came and when it got to like 8 minutes, they just fell apart. I don't know what happened. They stopped making shots. They weren't moving the ball. The ball was staying on one side of the court. They just fell apart. And then, LeBron James, he's one of those cats. Him and Dwayne Wade, they're clutch players. Sometimes I know Dwayne Wade gets criticized for not closing games, but to me, both of those guys are clutch players. Both of those guys know how to end games. And once you get them going, and once they start making like 2-3 shots in a row, they getting off because they're young. They can move up and down the court, and they can score on you. So I think when we look at the first half of the game, Boston Celtics were good at stopping them from really getting runs. It was kind of like they'll get a basket, Celtics get a basket, and then back and forth. But they was good at stopping the penetration through the paint. They was good at stopping LeBron James and Wade from getting off. But when that fourth quarter came, I guess maybe because of their age or just being sloppy with the ball, which is what I think, because I'm not gonna really say their age because everybody's been talking shit the whole season about how they're old and how they can't deliver. And some people even count them out of the playoffs. And I said, hey, you're wrong about that shit. These cats are legendary players. If anybody can come back and win a game in Game 7, it's the Boston Celtics. And, they gave them a good game, I don't care if you're a HEATS fan or whatever. You can't count the Celtics out because they gave a hell of a game. Who would have thought that the Celtics would have won 7 games with the Miami Heat? I mean, the Miami Heat, they're the team to beat this year. It's all this hype, for the last 2 years, it's been hype about them getting the ring. And, it's almost like a lot of pressure on them because they're like, they paying these cats this money. And then you got LeBron James walking around his no hairline ass talking about he's King James and shit. He was MVP this year, so there's a lot of hype and a lot of pressure for that organization to get a ring this year. But, it was a good series. It was a great game. Shout out to the Celtics. I know they're going to break that little, dynasty up. Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett, they're free agents this upcoming, off season. And I know they're probably going to get rid of those guys. Paul Pierce got 1 year left. But, I've been saying this for the last 2.5 years. I think they need to get Kevin Love over there because Kevin Love will fit great with the dynamic of that team. He can move around the court. He can get rebounds. He can post up. They need to get him over there. I doubt it if Kevin Garnett, as much as I hate to see them guys leave, I doubt it if they come back to the Celtics because you got to think about the future of, the Boston Celtics. You can't, just keep keeping cats around because, you just hate to break them up. But, that's pretty much my recap on, I'm a little upset about it because, I'm a big Boston Celtics fan. I've been riding with these cats through the up and downs, through the whole season, through the injuries, everything. But I'm proud of that team because they came through a lot. Who would have thought they would have won, 7 games with the Heat. But, as far as the finals, OKC versus the Miami Heat, I'm going with OKC. Not only, I got a childhood friend, Russell Westbrook. He grew up around the same little area I grew up in. I remember playing ball with him when I was, young. So I got to support the kid. And I'm picking them to win this series in 6 games. It's going to be a fight, but I think they're going to run over the Heat. The Heat is going to come with that heat, but they not messing with OKC. We saw what they did with the Spurs. Everybody thought that was over, and they came back and whooped their ass. So I'm picking them in Game 6. But y'all comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think is going to happen in the finals. Let me know what you thought about this series with the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. Shout out to the HEATS. They did their thing or whatever. They go in the finals. But, even a bigger shout out to the Boston Celtics, man, because that's a great team. That's a great, dynasty team. They have more championships than any team in the league. And, I tip my hat off to those guys, man. But I'm out, y'all. Peace.